Hello and welcome to Skills to Pay the Bills and today's segment of Just Ask Freeman.com. I'm your host, Freeman Owen Jr., and with me is my co-host and lovely wife, Carolyn Owen. We're the owners of Financial Sources, Inc., and I'd like to share with you what we do. We're licensed agents, and we help clients who fear running out of money in retirement to avoid costly mistakes, where those mistakes can put their nest egg at risk. Now, we engage clients in a conversation to identify their priorities and help them create a path toward achieving them. In addition, in the process, we help our clients receive the peace of mind knowing that their money is safe and that the lifestyle they wish to live is not only achievable, but also within their grasp. So we're going to talk and discuss some very important topics today that are relevant to retirement income planning. So today, Carolyn, let's get started, and then why don't we give a little summary on what we're going to talk about today.
Freeman, we have some really interesting topics today, as usual, but we're going to start talking about college, the cost of college, finance of college, and is it really worth it?
Exactly.
We're going to talk about that.
Right.
Then we're going to take a look at the workforce today. And take a look and compare with how it was 50 years ago.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, or just take a look at the differences in the workforce today.
Right.
We're also going to talk about some things that people concerned with retirement or try to plan for retirement. When to retire, where to live, what to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about a letter of instructions that we can leave to our loved ones when the event happens that we're no longer here.
Okay, well, let's get started.
All right, let's go. Well, Freeman, with college at an all-time high, college tuition at an all-time high.
Exactly.
And sometimes you only have one provider working now with the way the workforce is now. So sometimes people really cannot afford college. So the question is, can families make smarter choices
Exactly.
about financing for college tuition?
Of course they can. One of the choices, major choices, Carolyn, is that to be informed, that is educated about the cost of college and planning very, very well. With the financial futures of college-bound students and supportive parents at stake, we'll look at the college year 2013 to 2014, which is running about $18,000 for a public university. Your private universities, the payout is about $41,000 per. Now, the average cost for a four-year program runs anywhere between $100,000 to $200,000 per student. And that means even affluent families either have to borrow money or put their retirement income, or I should say their retirement nest egg, at risk. So when you look at the price of college tuition, which has more or less increased faster than incomes. Now, today, college debt is in excess of $1.2 trillion. Now you hear that? $1.2 trillion. Compared to 10 years ago in 2004, it is now 3 times more than it was a decade ago. Now, that student debt, as I mentioned, has reached $1.2 trillion. The average student is graduating with debt of anywhere between $33,000 to $44,000. Here's something that's interesting too. The parents have noticed that, or I should say, parents and students have seen or have experienced defaults on those loans. And so that makes it kind of difficult for students to have a bright future with the debt on their backs after they come out of a university. There's a weak job market that has resulted in an increasing number of underemployed graduates. That situation is especially tough for those who are mired in debt.
Well, Freeman, with that in mind, you have parents and the 18 and 24-year-olds wondering whether a college education is really worth the time and expense. So what's your advice to parents and young adults who consider college to be a waste of time and money?
Well, I beg to differ. All righty. With a 4-year degree, the college graduate earns over a lifetime $500,000 more than one who has not graduated. Now, I know that it used to be some years ago that you would look to elite schools to provide the opportunities like intern programs, placement, etc. You don't necessarily have to attend one of these elite schools because a lot of them do not offer those particular opportunities anymore. And something else I've noticed too, I've seen and have read reports where there are 2-year programs, alrighty, especially if you have a skill set in today's economy. And those individuals with those who have been certified with these 2-year programs are doing very, very, very well. Now, consider the fact that when you ask a student, or when the survey was taken, if a student had $20,000 to $40,000 in debt, well, 4% of them said they were thriving. Now, 14% said, well, you know, I don't have any debt. But you see here, that small number, 14% indicated that they were thriving. And so, but in my opinion, it's just my opinion, a college degree does make a difference, or if you have a skill set that will offer you in the long run a significant amount of earnings, more earnings than a non-college graduate.
Okay.